You are absolutely forgiven if you've lost the plot when it comes to Princess Cruises and their dining program in 2024 leading into 2025. There have been so many changes announced, it's enough to make your head spin. Let's get you straightened out. My name's Xander, and welcome back once again to Tidal Horizons. We're your go-to source on YouTube for straight-up cruise advice, news, and information, especially when it comes to Princess Cruises. So, let's get started. The Princess Dining saga continues with more changes being announced, but this time you're probably going to find some value in it. But I have a feeling we're not done just yet. We're going to have a look at the pain many of us are feeling when booking dining and see what Princess has announced to make it easier and what's coming soon. Let's take a step back, though, and understand the major changes that Princess has made in 2024 to revamp the dining experience and improve one area of the business that in recent years has been a major point of criticism by passengers, even before the pandemic pause. The removal of traditional dining as an option started way before COVID, with the introduction of anytime dining and less options for traditional. COVID just put the nail in the coffin. Or so we thought. It turns out that Princess actually does read those comment cards, and after several years of passengers asking for it back, it was announced that by the end of September 2024, all ships would see the return of traditional dining in one of their dining rooms. So now you have the option of traditional dining, where you have a dedicated waiter team at the same table, at the same time, in the same dining room, every single night. You could also choose to make individual reservations at a restaurant each night, depending on how your day looks. But keep in mind our one major tip. Avoid booking a table between 6 p.m. and 7:15 p.m., or you could be waiting a long time, even with a reservation. The restaurants need to get 2 seatings for every table, so having you show up at 6:30 p.m. would probably mean they'd only get 1. The same tip goes for our third type of main dining room, walk-up anytime dining. Show up and wait for whatever is available. But the lines are going to be slowest between 6 p.m. and 7:15 p.m., so either eat early or eat late. As much as Princess says this changes because of the success of Sun Princess running this program, we know it's been a hot request for a long time. Specialty dining, suite, and reserve class dining were not affected by this change. We've linked the video above with more information on the changes to the main dining rooms. Check it out and see what you think of this return to tradition. The next major change came in August this year when it was announced that the Princess Premier package would now include unlimited specialty dining. Yes, the price was raised from $80 to $90 per day per person, but this seemed like a pretty fair price for this perk if you are someone who wants to use the specialty restaurants for more than 1 or 2 meals during your voyage. One of the major concerns, of course, was going to be the increased difficulty in getting reservations because of the demand. During the announcement to travel agents, Princess indicated that they may be opening the specialty restaurants for lunch, expanding hours, adding additional staff so they can deal with the increased demand. It remains to be seen if that happened or if there was the expected rush of people signing up for the Premier package. I guess time will tell. Of course, we did a full video on the Princess Plus versus Princess Premier that included all the changes, including the unlimited specialty dining. Have a look at the video linked above if you aren't up to speed yet. Shortly after the change to the Premier package, announcements were made that Princess would be making drastic alterations to the dining venues on board Sun Princess during her transatlantic crossing in October. This also coincided with the announcement of the Sanctuary Collection changes that would take effect on board Sun Princess and Star Princess, effectively rebranding their suites on board these 2 ships and removing the reserve restaurant. Now, these changes are fairly limited in scope because they only affect the Sun and the Star Princess, for now. They didn't really affect anything else on board. Check out the video linked above for details of the changes that were announced. That brings us up to today, and what we know will happen in the new year. Hit subscribe and give this video a like so you'll be notified when we have more news. Now, on to the most recent news. It's not going to cost you a penny this time. Princess has finally announced the introduction of a 24-hour per day dining reservation line. They finally figured out that many of their core loyal customers aren't technology people and need something simple rather than a somewhat complicated and definitely unreliable phone app. Yes, you could always call customer service support for help, but the hours were limited and there's always a wait. The number is 1-833-805-DINE. You can book all your specialty restaurants, your main dining room reservations, as well as the experiential options like Love by Brito, Spellbound, and the 360 dining experience on board Discovery Princess and Enchanted Princess. What's more, for the first time soon, you'll be able to pre-book the chef's table and the Camus winemaker's dinner. This is a major change for these two experiences because normally you would have to wait and book these on board the ship. Captain Circle Platinum and Elite members, guests booked in suites, and those staying in Sanctuary Collection can access the DINE line immediately after booking, even if the reservation is not yet paid in full. All other guests must have their cruise reservation paid in full before accessing the dining reservations. It remains to be seen how effective this new dining line will be, but if you have problems with the app, this is where you'll want to call. Rest assured, this is not the end of the dining changes that will be coming. Princess will keep making investments in their casual, specialty, and experiential dining options because they're one of a few growth areas for onboard revenue. For the parent company, Carnival Corporation, this is a major focus for all of their brands in the coming years. The growth of onboard revenue is key to their profitability because they aren't going to be adding new capacity, aka new ships. Two other additions to the dining reservation experience have been teased to travel advisors in recent webinars. First is the return of the ability for passengers to use the Princess website to manage their dining reservations. Yes, I know there's a web-based version of the Princess app available, but it's likely to have the same limitations as using the app on the phone or a tablet. The other item is to finally allow travel advisors to assist clients in making dining reservations through the agent tools. This used to be standard practice for agents to be able to help select the type of main dining you'd like to have, but it was taken away when anytime dining became the only option. This will be a big help to advisors who provide a full service option to their clients. Over the next couple of years, I fully anticipate the addition of more specialty and experiential dining options on board Princess ships. Because they'll be retrofitting the ships and you can't easily add venues, I expect to see smaller restaurants being the norm. Additionally, we'll see them making use of the buffet areas at night to create either casual or specialty dining experiences similar to the original setting for Butcher's Black Bite Dario before it was moved on board Sun Princess. The quality of the food on board all cruise ships is a constant debate, but it's clear that the number of choices in the main dining room have become more limited over the years. Specialty restaurants do give the opportunity to have a bit more variety, but to what end? I'm fine with going to Sabatini's one night and perhaps to Crown Grill another, but on a 7-night cruise, I don't need to feel like I'm forced to go to a specialty venue just to get a good meal. Princess does not need to turn into a Norwegian Cruise Lines type model where you could eat at a different restaurant every night but pay extra for that privilege. I hope they can make improvements on the main dining rooms as well and keep people coming back for the food that's included. So, what are your thoughts about the changes of the dining experience over the past years? Are you happy with the return to traditional dining? Do you think there are too many or too few dining options on board most of the ships? Will you use the DINE line more than the app? Leave us a comment and let's discuss. While you're there, give the video a like and subscribe to the channel for more Princess Cruise news. Thanks for watching.